Good morning. I am higher vibrations, and so are you. And right now we're in this space of the 1111 portal. So a lot of our experiences are amplified right now. The intensity of these experiences are very noticeable for a lot of us. When we have these ascension symptoms, they are as a result of having seen doctors, seen medical professionals, and found that there is no explanation and that we are perfectly healthy. Ascension symptom is traditionally explained by a physical sensation or experience. There's no explanation for it in a medical way. And it's something that is occurring on a grand scale, meaning globally, many people are experiencing this simultaneously. In some cases, these ascension symptoms happen in particular stages of an individual's awakening. So some of the ascension symptoms that I've already experienced, others will experience when they're at that time of their awakening that I was. And that is visual understandings, sudden knowledge, past life information, having this epiphany and understanding of things that there's no other explanation for. Seeing light orbs, seeing light beings, seeing a visual representation of, like I'd say it, a light field or an aura field around a being. Sometimes it's an ET being, it's a being of light in some way. And often we'll also see parts of bodies, meaning disembodied arms or hands. Experience a lot of individuals are having. That is this energy that has been present for you for a long time and is coming through and assisting you. We're seeing these things for the first time in some cases, but that doesn't mean that they just suddenly appeared. They've been in our experience for a very long time. We've been vibrating at a lower frequency while they've been up here. And as we ascend and we raise our vibration, as you're doing right now, you then get to this point where you meet and you're at the same plane, so you're able to perceive them. And sometimes we're just below them vibrationally speaking, but it's a high enough range that you're able to understand and bring in some of that information, which has a lot to do with the visual stuff of everything's looking out of focus, and then you realize what's actually occurring is some things that were not present in your perceivability before are coming into focus and then fading out. And so that's a lot to do with the eye stuff. There are so many other ascension symptoms occurring right now. We are having a strange exhaustion. Like the experience with our sleep has been crazy for quite some time. But right now, just really tired, really strange lucid dreaming experiences with otherworldly beings while in these sleep experiences, and realizing that we're not actually always having the dreaming experience that we've been taught that is happening. Many of us are actually in astral, or as our energetic who they are right now, as their identity, experiencing with other beings of light and angels and doing stuff, doing important work. And as a result, we find ourselves to be very exhausted. A lot of other stuff with sleep, like regarding sleepwalking, waking up actively engaged in something, whether you're standing or walking or just in bed, but just all of it, just being actively engaged. And that's been really an interesting experience. More readily accessible memory of the dream, having a lot more upgrades, waking up, finding yourself feeling a different way than you'd ever had, and maybe even having access to a certain level of gifts that you didn't have before, or knowing. The twitching and those types of things, the muscle spasms, Charlie horses and stuff are becoming more frequent right now. You know, and this was channeled through a while ago from Archangel Michael, and that had to do with the fact that the shaking out. As this density moves out and away, we find this shaking that occurs. It's okay. It's fine. You're totally all right. You know, as this is occurring, where you're pulling away from something, and so there's a little bit of resistance, that's okay. A lot of need to release right now. Just the morning concept, release and crying is so assistive, you know, and not just for me specifically or in one individual, but as a whole, on a grand scale. We are releasing so much as we heal through these things. That's why we chose so many of the traumas that we did. as we heal through them, we then heal through it for so many energies that have not been able to heal through it themselves. Very much like the family healing that we've been doing. A lot of joint stuff has been happening for a lot of us. A lot of joint popping, joint pain, searing pain in some cases going down the back, that it's not actually related to anything physical. Again, these individuals have seen their doctors, and there is no root cause that can be seen by medical science. Also healing. I've noticed a lot of healing happening, self-healing. We're healing in a lot of ways. We're pulling away from densities and we're adding light to that. And as a result, we get to experience a healed thing. So we're noticing a lot of popping in joints, in just all bone areas, anything cartilage. We're noticing these pops. And not because you're moving around or something like that, or doing something to cause it. It's just aligning itself. And that is a self-healing thing that we're doing right now. The 1111 portal that's occurring right now is an enlightened energy of accelerated healing. And so as we're in this accelerated healing space, a lot of us are noticing stuff coming forward that might not be so desirable. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's things that are leaving. As things leave us, it always says goodbye first. It always does. And I find the practice of saying goodbye to it back and sending love and gratitude for the service that it presented for me. However dense and difficult, heavy the energy may feel, at one point that was sensation of my most heightened and enlightened day. And so it was a very beautiful and needed thing at that time. And now it's time for it to go. Bloated belly experience is really common right now too. Just Buddha belly, very strange sensation. It's very uncomfortable in some ways. Just allow it to move through. It's on its way out. A lot of us are having it. Noise sensitivity, as well as taste sensitivity. Also, suddenly noise just stopping. Like everything just quiets. It's not that someone turned the volume down, it's that the volume got turned off. There have been a group of us together and only a few of us actually noticed it, but we noticed it at the exact same moment. Along with that silence that's occurring is then this added sound of this buzzing. My refrigerator turning on reminded me of that, but it's not that sound, but it's similar. It's just all of a sudden it's like this very quiet, but enough that it's, for me, it's annoying, buzzing sound. And it's not the Taoist hum like we've mentioned before, but that seems to be occurring more and more around technology too, as if we're actually hearing technology. Again, there will be a group of us in a room and one or two of us actually notice it. And the one or two of us that notice it tend to be people on this awakening journey. So it's kind of fascinating. A lot of us aren't eating right now. A lot of us are noticing we just have no appetite. You know, the metallic taste or the bitter taste to foods that didn't ever have a thing before are now being noticed by a lot of people, including myself. Things that used to taste delicious don't. And though I may feel hungry still, there's nothing sounds good. And so I do end up skipping meals, you know. Please remember to stay hydrated and to do what you need to do to stay healthy. If you have any kind of blood sugar related difficulty, please just be very responsible in that way. However, I'm finding also too that the need for a lot of water is also met by a need for a lot of other types of liquid like teas and juices. New allergies to food. An allergy, it seems more and more as we're in this experience, is more understood as something that's just not in harmony with our body. And for the longest time we had been able to endure it, you know, take an antacid and you'll be okay kind of a thing. And now a lot of individuals are starting to remove these things from their diets. Whatever you're allergic to, allow your body to tell you what it is that it needs and doesn't want. Tingling and new sensation in the fingers and the hands, as well as the soles of the feet. Soles of the feet, waking up or after a time of rest, noticing that the soreness on the soles of your feet, as if you've been walking around barefoot on concrete for a really long time, just really unpleasant soreness. right now a really prominent experience of this heavy energy, heavy emotion, less than enjoyable sensation of just like blah, like almost a sadness and a mourning or a depression even. This experience that's coming through is happening on a grand scale. You're not alone. The fleeting anxiety and depression sensation, as well as the sadness and this mourning that we're having right now, know that it's a temporary thing that will be moving through us and is moving through us right now. There's the dizziness and the vertigo, the lightheadedness. They feel like they all belong together to describe the thing that it is. And in that experience, it almost feels like your feet don't know where the ground is to touch. Just it's almost disorientation of energetic field. The poking sensations, having this, like pokes here and there. I was having it on the surface of my skin as if I was being poked by a needle or a bug had bit me or something like that. And now then it turned into noticing it on certain organs. And I found, for me, looking up what emotion is that organ related to, that there's some type of healing that needs to occur for that. Something else a lot of people are having right now is this thing to do with weight, sudden weight loss, and struggle with it too. There's a concern revolving around it. Listlessness. This is something that I've been experiencing too. So listlessness / anxiety / irritation. You can combine them all together in some way and make it be what it's called, what it is. And that's something that a lot of us are experiencing in this just sudden burst. It's suddenly, wow, I'm just all of a sudden really irritated right now. I'm really irritable. And no real explanation for it. When I recall that all I need to do is send love to it, say, I love you, if that's all I have in me to do, it will transmute that experience and make it more doable for you. Throat and mouth area for the throat chakra stuff is a really big deal for a lot of people. We spent a long time as a culture, as a society, as a species in the third chakra, and then we finally moved up to the heart, and now we're in this throat place. And a lot of us are still working through a lot of baggage, a lot of trauma, a lot of energy that had been kind of depleted from that space in lives previous, not even our lives in a lot of cases. And we've come here to heal through that. The best answer to that is to speak your truth, to be as honest and correct for you as possible. There's a lot of limitations in the places that we live, and while we're still trying to exist in this 3D, for lack of a better word, paradigm. And so joining these Zoom meetings that we do twice a week is very useful in that way, where you can speak your truth, be heard, and not have to edit. They're private. No, it's never recorded or aired. You don't have to have your camera or even your audio on. There have been a lot more heart palpitations for a lot of individuals lately. These are reports of individuals who have seen the doctor and have no explanation for it. As a lot of individuals are still healing through their heart chakra and moving into their throat at the same time. That's that teal color that we're seeing a lot, that bluish green color. It's really cool. And that's, interestingly enough, also the color of Archangel Sandalphon. A lot of us are getting these new psychic abilities that we didn't have before, or if you did have them, then they're becoming amplified and easier to access, which is really exciting, but it also can be kind of scary if you don't know what's going on. Know that the intention that you are holding within you is what your result will be. If you are of love, which you are, then it will be of love. And if you are in a place of fear, it gets out of control a little bit. Be in a place of love and know that you're okay. There are a lot of experiences that are similar to pregnancy. That chakra, that space, that womb energy, whether you're a man or a woman, is really coming online right now. The fleeting anxiety and depression sensation, as well as the sadness and this mourning that we're having right now. A lot of us are having this. And as this comes through, as we sense this experience, it's very assisting to allow yourself to bring in more of that light, that love from God, in the place of meditation, where you would go into a meditative state. Let yourself breathe in through your nose in this, as you breathe in through your nose, visualize and see the light of God coming down, and either coming down through your crown chakra or your heart chakra. A lot of us are being called to use our heart chakras more as a receptor of this light, whatever feels correct for you. And then as you breathe out through your nose, watch as the light expands, that has been filling your body with this light. Watch as it expands around you and pushes out like a big bubble, as if there was a balloon all around your entire body. And when you blow out, you're blowing this balloon up. This balloon does not pop. It grows and grows as big as you would like. It can envelop your house. It can envelop your block, your neighborhood, your town. You can go on and on with it. It's really fun to use. This is a barrier of sorts, but it's also a way that it draws in more love and more light. In this space where you have this love present for you, it is more easy to then experience these energies as they're coming through and let them move on through. A lot of us are the light that people are sending these energies to. Go to the light. Hello, I'm the light, and so are you. And so these energies are coming to us. They're not coming to attack. They're coming for a place, a way, an escape route, a way out. Or they have been like caged animals for a very long time. They just want to go. And so as the conduit that you are then able to send them by providing this light. It's not meant to cause you disharmony, disruption, or anything unpleasant. It does feel that way when we're in the experience. And so to use this tool of light is a very assistive thing. The illusion is lack of security. That's the illusion of this experience. You are safe. You are protected. Not only are you so loved, but you are the very embodiment of love. You are this wise elder of this energetic experience that you're in right now. That's why you came here. You came here as a sage, as a master, and you went through the great forgetting in order to be part of this experience. However, the great forgetting doesn't take away any of it. And now we're remembering. It is turning on. And you are able, for the first time, to see again. And so it's kind of scary. It's kind of alarming. All of a sudden, you have all this stuff, and just know that you're not alone and that you're okay. Know that you are in this team of light, together as one. And as these things move through us, this is a temporary experience. If you have the need to limit or to slow down, to mellow out some of these ascension symptoms, all you have to do is ask. Say that's what you want without saying, this is too much for me right now. We're going to keep getting that amount. It's not meant to cause disharmony or disruption in your life. And you're okay. Don't give up. A lot of this depression, this deeper, unpleasant energy that we're experiencing isn't us. And therefore, it is easy to know that it is fleeting. It is a temporary experience. A lot of us are still having these energy surges of headaches that just burst through for a moment, and these weird zappings and stuff. And a lot of that is disruptive to us. But please know that's just a way for us to find this space. We're balancing it out. Thank you so much for your service. I know it's hard. Don't give up. You got this. I'm sending you so much love. I honor you with my thanks. I hope you're having a lovely journey. Aho blessings.